Hello friends, welcome to Hustle 24 IAS. In this lecture video, we are going to discuss the question number 12 of OPSc preliminary examination 2021. We have already discussed question number 1 to 11. This is question number 12. Now before moving forward to the discussion, let me thank all of our viewers who have given a lot of support to us in our recent videos. Our question number 10, the solution of question number 10 has touched the view of 3500 and counting. So we are very thankful to all our viewers for such kind of support. Now question number 12. Okay, so question number 12 is a factual question. It says, where was the concept of sustainable development explained for the first time? The correct answer is option C, Brundtland Commission report. Okay, the correct answer is option C. Okay, so the concept of sustainable development was explained for the first time in Brundtland Commission's report 1987. Okay, so the correct answer is option C. Now detailed answer. Who was Brundtland? Gro Harlem Brundtland. She was the Norwegian politician who served as the Prime Minister of Norway 3 times from 1981 to 86, 86 to 89 and 90 to 96. Okay, she was the former Norwegian politician, or you can say former Norwegian Prime Minister. Okay, then Brundtland was a medical doctor by training, and during her political career she championed public health and environmental issues. Her focus areas were public health and environmental issues, and she was a doctor by profession. Okay, in 1983, United Nations appointed her as the chairperson of the newly established World Commission on Environment and Development. Okay, World Commission on Environment and Development. She was the president or chairperson of World Commission on Environment and Development, which was appointed by United Nations in 1983. Okay, the establishment of Brundtland Commission came at a time when environmental concerns were gaining significant attention globally. That means there were global environmental concerns at that time. During 1980s, the Brundtland Commission was appointed. Okay, the commission was formed in response to the urgent need for action to address environmental challenges and promote sustainable development. That means why the commission was formed? To address environmental challenges and promote sustainable development. Okay. Then what are the tasks? The commission was tasked with examining the complex interrelationship between 3 factors: economic development, social equity and environmental sustainability. Okay, these are the 3 factors in between which there are complex interrelations. So the commission was tasked with examining what is the relationship between these 3, that is economic development, social equity and environmental sustainability. Okay, next, what are the other tasks? The commission was also tasked with finding ways in which the concern for environmental or concern for the environment might be translated into greater cooperation between countries regarding issues of development and resource use, and creating processes in which all the countries could address their own environmental concerns and those of the world over long term. That means there is another task also. Okay, the task was finding ways or mechanisms in which the concern for environment, we know the concern for environment is global, it is not local. That means all the countries have concern for the environment. Okay, so how the global concern for environment might be translated into greater cooperation between countries. Okay, regarding what? Regarding 2 issues: issues of development and resource use. Okay, so the commission was tasked with finding ways or mechanisms in which the concern for environment might be translated into greater cooperation between countries regarding 2 factors: development and resource use, and creating processes in which all the countries could address their own environmental concerns as well as those of the world over long term. Okay, next, in 1987, this commission was appointed in 1983. Now in 1987, the commission came forward with the report. The Brundtland Commission released its report. Okay, and the title of the report was Our Common Future. Okay, this was the title of the report. Okay, sometimes in MCQ format this particular question is asked. Okay, Our Common Future report is related to which of the following commissions? Okay, Brundtland Commission. Okay, Brundtland Commission's report is title is Our Common Future. It was released in 1987. Why the report was famous? The report was famous for the definition of sustainable development. The report came forward with the definition of sustainable development. This definition of sustainable development is widely accepted. That's why the report is very famous. Okay, the report defines sustainable development as the development that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. This is the definition of sustainable development which was given by Brundtland Commission, and this definition is widely accepted. Okay, the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. Okay. Well, further, the report emphasized on the need for holistic approach to development. That means 360-degree complete approach to development. Okay, which considers environmental, social, and economic factors. That means the approach to development, which the report has emphasized, will consider all the factors. It will not focus only on the economic factors. Rather, it will focus on all three factors: economic, social, and environmental. The Brundtland Commission was widely influential and became a defining document of sustainable development efforts. Next, what chapters are included in Brundtland Commission or in Brundtland report? The Brundtland report included chapters covering, among other topics, within sustainable development. Okay, what chapters are included or what topics are included within sustainable development? Topics were, or the chapters were, you can say, the role of international economy, population and human resources, food security, species and ecosystem, energy, industry, and Brundtland Commission report proposed legal principles for environmental protection. Next, of all the topics covered, however, the Brundtland report is most often cited for its definition of sustainable development, as we have already learned this. Okay, the definition of sustainable development as the development that meets the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. This definition is widely accepted and a very popular definition of sustainable development. Then, as it talks about the needs, okay, that means it addresses the needs of world poor. Okay, that's why it is written. Implicit in this definition are the concept of needs. Sustainable development definition given by Brundtland Commission talks about the development that meets the needs of present generation without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. As it focuses on needs, that means it addresses the problem of poverty or the problem of world poor. Implicit in this definition is the concept of needs, which emphasizes the goal of providing for the essential requirements of the world's poor, and the idea that there are two factors that imposes limits on ability of the environment to provide for the world's present and future needs. Okay, according to Brundtland Commission report, there are two factors which imposes limits on the ability of environment to provide for world's present and future needs. What are the two factors? Technology and social organization. According to Brundtland Commission report, technology and social organization imposes limit on the ability of the environment to provide for needs of world present and future generation. Okay, the Brundtland Commission report also highlighted the global population growth that could not continue indefinitely. Brundtland Commission report also said that the global population growth would not continue indefinitely. It predicted that in the 21st century, world population would stabilize somewhere between 7.7 billion and 14.2 billion people. We know the population of India currently is 1.42 billion or 1.40 billion. Okay, according to Brundtland Commission report, it predicted that in the 21st century, world population would stabilize somewhere between 7.7 to 14.2 billion people. And most important, it also predicted that more people will live in the cities than in rural areas. Next, although some of the highest population growth rates were among the developing countries, the report pointed out that environmental impact of an additional individual born in an industrialized country was much greater than one born in a developing country. That means during the time when the report was put forward, although some of the highest population growth rate were among the developing countries, okay, still the report pointed out that environmental impact of an additional individual born in an industrialized country is much more greater than one in a developing country. Why so? Because of consumption. Okay, a person born in an industrialized country would consume more goods and services, hence that would put more pressure on the environment. Okay, that's why the environmental impact of industrialized country would be greater than another person which was born in a developing country. Okay, the report also pointed out that the declining birth rate, it talks about two countries or two types of countries. One is the industrialized world or the developed world, other is the developing world. Okay, For developed world or for industrialized world, the report said that the declining birth rate of the industrialized world would translate into a greater burden on the younger population to support an aging population. That means in the developed or industrialized world, the population is aging. Okay, that means the average population or the average age of the population is much more. Okay, so in those countries, there would be greater burden on the younger generation to support an aging population. Then what happens in a developing world? In a developing world, according to Brundtland Commission report, in a developing world, improved health and education, especially among women, are the factors or are the solutions for the challenges posed by high birth rate. Okay, we know in a developing world there are different challenges. What are those? Resource and demographic challenges. Okay, these are the challenges of the developing world. Why so? Because of high birth rate, because the population is high and the resources are low, so the resources and demographic challenges are there. Then what will be the solution? Solution is the improved health and education, especially among women. These are the solutions put forward by the Brundtland Commission report for developing world, okay, to address the resource and demographic challenges posed by high birth rate. Next, in addition, the Brundtland Commission report called on the United Nations. We know United Nations appointed it, so it called on the United Nations to establish UN program of action on sustainable development to carry out the directives outlined in the report. The report laid the foundation. Now the significance of the report. The report laid the foundations of the Rio Summit held in Rio de Janeiro of Brazil in 1992. We know Rio Summit is also known as Earth Summit. Okay, so the report laid the foundations for Earth Summit. Okay, which then ultimately led to creation of United Nations Commission on Sustainable Development in that same year, in 1992. Okay, next, the Brundtland Commission's legacy, okay, or importance. The Brundtland Commission's legacy is significant as its work played a crucial role in shaping the global sustainable development agenda. Okay, the report or the contents of the report played a crucial role in shaping the global sustainable development agenda. The Commission's report helped to popularize the term sustainable development and its definition has become widely accepted. Okay, the concept of sustainable development has been incorporated into numerous international agreements, including the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. We know SDG Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, 17 goals, 169 targets. Okay, all the countries have to complete the goals by 2030. Okay, United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. This was also influenced by Brundtland Commission report. The concept of sustainable development has been incorporated into numerous international agreements, including the current one, United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Okay, now further influence. Okay, the Commission or the Brundtland Commission work also led to establishment of United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP, very famous, we all know, United Nations Environmental Program, and the adoption of Rio Declaration on Environment and Development. Okay, we know Rio Summit, Earth Summit 1992, Rio Declaration was adopted at 1992. Okay, United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. Okay, so the Brundtland Commission report also influenced the establishment of United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP, and the adoption of Rio Declaration on Environment and Development, which was adopted at the 1992 United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. Okay, so the Rio Declaration articulated principles for sustainable development, including the precautionary principle, the polluter pays principle, and the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities. These principles were incorporated into the Rio Declaration, and the Rio Declaration was influenced by the Brundtland Commission report or the contents of the Brundtland Commission report. Okay, now this question is over. Question number 12 is over. In next video we will talk about or we will discuss about the question number 13.